uh, early morning Quran reading in before I go to the gym. Okay, we're on Hud 72. She said, Alas for me, shall I bear a child, seeing I am an old woman and my husband here is an old man? That would indeed be a wonderful thing. They said, Dost thou wonder at Allah's decree, the grace of Allah and his blessings on you, O ye people of the house, for he is indeed worthy of all praise, full of all glory. When fear had passed from the mind of Abraham and the glad tidings had reached him, he began to plead with us for Lut's people, for Abraham was without doubt forbearing of faults, compassionate and given to look to Allah. O Abraham, seek not this, the decree of thy Lord hath gone forth. For them there cometh a penalty that cannot be turned back. When our messengers came to Lut, he was grieved on their account and felt himself powerless to protect them. He said, This is a distressful day. And his people came rushing towards him, and they had long been in the habit of practicing abominations. He said, O my people, here are my daughters, they are pure for you if ye marry. Now fear Allah, and cover me not with shame about my guests. Is there not among you a single right-minded man? They said, Well, dost thou know we have no need of thy daughters? Indeed, thou knowest quite well what we want. He said, Would that I had power to suppress you, or that I could betake myself to some powerful support. The messengers said, O Lut, we are messengers from thy Lord. By no means shall they reach thee. Now travel with thy family while yet a part of the night remains, and let not any of you look back, but thy wife will remain behind. To her will happen what happens to the people. Morning is their appointed time. It's not the morning nigh. Lut. When our decree issued, we turned the cities upside down and rained down on them brimstone hard as baked clay, spread layer on layer. Whoa. So, imagine hail, because hail is like these little ice balls and they hurt when they hit you, and some of them can be really big. But brimstone as hard as baked clay, man, that would hurt. You get pegged in the eye. Hurt so bad. Marked as from thy Lord, nor are they ever far from those who do wrong. To the Madian people, we sent Shu'eb, one of their own brethren. Okay, I noticed something. One of their own brethren. So Allah is selecting people from each community, from that community, which is actually pretty smart if you think about it, because people will accept someone more if they come from that community when they start to speak out against that community or want to offer reforms from that community. A good example of that is certain police officers have better luck and relationships with the people in their district, their community, their county, whatever their patrol area zone is, if they're actually from there. If they're not from there and then they try to impose they try to do a beat, they try to patrol, there's a lot of anger and hatred there that can build up, right? Even though they're imposing federal laws, state laws, such and such. But people, if they know the officer and he's from the community, like if they went to school with that guy, or he's married to somebody in the community, or a woman is married to someone in the community, they're often, when they get pulled over, not to be as antagonistic, right? Take their writing right up and then get on their way. So if you look at it this way, it makes sense to select somebody from that said community that you want to reform. He said, O my people, worship Allah, ye have no other God but him, and give not short measure or weight. I see you in prosperity, but I fear for you the penalty of a day that will compass you all round. And, O my people, give just measure and weight, nor withhold from the people the things that are their due. Commit not evil in the land with intent to do mischief. Think about this. The penalty of a day that will compass you that will compass you all around. So like surround you on all sides. It doesn't matter if you go north, doesn't matter if you go south, east, or west. Wherever you go within that circular zone, right? A compass. Doesn't matter what angle, what degree, you're gonna find that suffering that they're talking about. Wow. That's an intense form of a penalty. No matter where you go, you cannot escape. And O my people, give just measure and weight, nor withhold from the people the things that are their due. Commit not evil in the land, with intent to do mischief. That which is left you by Allah is best for you, if ye but believed. But I am not set over you to keep watch. They said, O Shu'aib, does thy religion of prayer command thee that we leave off the worship which our fathers practice, or that we leave off doing what we like with our property? Truly thou art the one that forbeareth with faults and is right-minded. He said, O my people, see ye whether I have a clear sign from my Lord, and he hath given me sustenance pure and good as from himself? I wish not, in opposition to you, to do that which I forbid you to do. I only desire your betterment to the best of my power, and my success in my task can only come from Allah. In him I trust, and unto him I look. So what I'm getting from this is they don't want to let go of their the religions of old. And, O my people, let not my descent from you cause you to sin, lest ye suffer a fate similar to that of the people of Noah, or of Hud, or of Saleh. Nor are the people of Lut far off from you. But ask forgiveness of your Lord, and turn unto him in repentance, for my Lord is indeed full of mercy and loving kindness. They said, O Shu'aib, much of what thou sayest we do not understand. In fact, among us we see that thou hast no strength. Were it not for thy family, we should certainly have stoned thee. What a thing to say! It's like, oh, if it wasn't for your family, we throw rocks at your head till your brain split open. I'd be like, oh, what? What a thing to say. For thou hast among us no great position. Ooh. He said, O my people, is then my family of more consideration with you than Allah? For ye cast him away behind your backs with contempt. But verily my Lord encompass on all sides that ye do. And, O my people, do whatever ye can. I will do my part. Soon will ye know who it is on whom descends the penalty of ignominy, and who is a liar. And watch ye, for I too am watching with you. When our decree is issued, we saved Shu'aib and those who believe with him by special mercy from ourselves. But the mighty blast did seize the wrongdoers, and they lay prostrate in their homes by the morning, as if they had never dwelt and flourished there. Ah, behold, how the Madian were removed from sight, as were removed the Thamud. Okay. Madian and the Thamud. And we sent Moses with our clear signs and authority manifest unto Pharaoh and his chiefs. But they followed the command of Pharaoh, and the command of Pharaoh was no right guide. Wow. She's like talking about the Pharaoh and the Moses. So these people at that time, who he's talking to, they would have been like, they would have known, right? Like if, okay, so like these people who don't want to change, clearly from verse 97, they would have known something about what happened, with Pharaoh and Moses. If you have, and also with the Thamuds and the Madians, if you have 3 examples of a dynasties coming to an end and you still don't want to change, you gotta be a special kind of ignorant. That's all I gotta say. Because if the same force was if the same force was reforming successfully certain areas bit by bit, and then that same energy is coming to you and saying, hey, you need to discard this old gods, there's a new way of life. Sometimes you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go, and you gotta see the logic of that. I mean, that's pretty defiant. Just be like, no, we're just gonna, have the same fate as Pharaoh. sad. He will go before his people on the day of judgment and lead them into the fire, as cattle are led to water, but woeful indeed will be the place to which they are led. And they are followed by a curse in this life and on the day of judgment, and woeful is the gift which shall be given unto them. These are some of the stories of communities which we relate unto thee of them. Some are standing, and some have been mown down by the sickle of time. Sickle of time. Hui, mowed down by the sickle of time. Hui. Sickle is that long thing. That thing always scares me when I look at it. Ooh. It was not we that wronged them. They wronged their own souls. The deities other than Allah, whom they invoked, profited them not whit when there issued the decree of thy Lord, nor did they add aught to their lot, but perdition. Such is the chastisement of thy Lord when he chastises communities in the midst of their wrong. Grievous indeed and severe is his chastisement. And that is a sign for those who fear the penalty of the hereafter. That is a day for which mankind will be gathered together. That will be a day of testimony, nor shall we delay it but for a term appointed. The day arrives, no soul shall speak except by his leave. Of those gathered, some will be wretched, and some will be blessed. Those who are wretched shall be in the fire. They will be, or of them therein, nothing but the heaven of sighs and sobs. They will dwell therein for all time that the heavens and the earth endure, except as thy Lord willeth, for thy Lord is the sure accomplisher of what he planneth. And those who are blessed shall be in the garden. They will dwell therein for all the time that the heavens and the earth endure, except as thy Lord willeth, a gift without break. Wow. Be not then in doubt as to what these men worship. They worship nothing but what their fathers worshipped before them, but verily we shall pay them back in full their portion without the least abatement. We certainly gave the book to Moses, but differences arose therein. Had it not been that a word had gone forth before from thy Lord, the matter would have been decided between them. But they are in suspicious doubt concerning it. And of a surety to all with your Lord pay back in full the recompense of their deeds, for he knoweth well all that they do. Therefore stand firm in the straight path, as thou art commanded, thou and those who with thee turn unto Allah, and transgress not from the path, for he seeth well all that ye do. And incline not to those who do wrong, or the fire will seize you, and ye have no protectors other than Allah. Nor shall ye be helped, and establish regular prayers at the two ends of the day and at the approaches of the night. For those things that are good remove those that are evil. Be that the word of the remembrance to those who remember their Lord, and be steadfast in patience. For verily Allah will not suffer the reward of the righteous to perish. Why were there not among the generations before you persons possessed of balanced good sense, prohibiting men from mischief on earth, except a few among them whom we saved from harm? But the wrongdoers pursued the enjoyment of the good things of life which were given them, and persisted in sin. Nor would thy Lord be the one to destroy communities for a single wrongdoing, if its members were likely to mend. That's a good point. Because some people would, like, even though this is the Quran, this still has the flood story. So people who criticize the flood story will say, why would God kill every human if he created them that way? That's bad. But then again, here we see, well, it's not that they just kill them for one single wrongdoing. If they had they had the potential to mend themselves, but they were so engrossed in their sin and with violence and sin that it got destroyed. So it makes sense, to frame it in that way. I agree with that. It's like you don't get mad at somebody for like just one tiny thing, but you do get strict on them. Holy moly. Yusuf. Oh my gosh. I turned the page and we only have a little bit left of food. Oh, wow. Okay. If thy Lord had so willed, he could have made mankind one people, but they will not cease to dispute, except those on whom thy Lord hath bestowed his mercy. And for this did he create them, and the word of thy Lord shall be fulfilled. I will fulfill hell with inns and men all her. I think that might be a typo. All that we relate to thee of the stories of the apostles, with it we make the firm thy heart. In them there cometh to thee the truth, as well as an exhortation and a message of remembrance to those who believe. Say to those who do not believe, do whatever ye can, we shall do our part, and in it we too shall wait. To Allah do belong the unseen secrets of the heavens and the earth, and to him goeth back every affair for decision. Then worship him, and put thy trust in him, and thy Lord is not unmindful of aught that ye do. Is this going to be the Joseph story about his jealous brothers? Oh man, I have to stop here. Oh, don't read ahead. I don't want to read ahead. I want to be surprised. Okay. Alright, family. We learned a lot in Hud. A lot of names. We learned a lot of names of these tribes. I think you call them tribes. But man, mowed down by the sickle of time. Thamud, Madian. The penalty of a day that will compass you all round. Can't escape. Lut. We had Lut. We had Salih. Isaac, Jacob. And then my favorite. We say nothing, but perhaps some of our gods may have seized thee with imbecility. Okay, family. I'm going to go to the gym. Have a great day.